So what does employing a BDM really cost when you add everything into it? It may actually quite surprise you. Many years ago, Peter Drucker said that the purpose of business is to find and to keep a customer. Well, that's or a client. That sounds easy, but in reality, it's not. The ability to grow is the number one problem facing the majority of businesses now, and is the one thing that keeps CEOs awake at night. So the question is, what are your options? What works and what does not work? Well, first things first, and that goes to funding. The first lesson of growth is that it must be funded, and I don't mean fairy tale funded, but a realistic understanding of the timelines involved and the costs along the way. So depending on the length of the sales cycle, more often than not, the return on investment in the first year will be negative. Hopefully by year 2 you're breaking even at least and starting to move ahead, and by year 3 you're well and truly on your way. Well, therein lies one of the challenges in public companies where everything's on a 12-month cycle. Many CEOs are against taking the cost of growth in the first year when they're really not going to see the return of that for the first to second to third year. So what are the true costs? Well, business development needs to be structured, it needs to be planned, and it needs to be implemented with a never wavering focus. That alone tells you why it should never be left in the hands of a BDM to decide what to do, when to do it, and when to follow up. So planning takes time and costs money, but if you build your tactics around a failed plan, then you will pay the price, not only of duplication by having to do the rollout twice and the time wasted, but also the cost of the lost revenue of all the opportunities that you don't get hold of. So what should you budget for? Well, the first thing that you need to decide upon is, do you really have the skills in-house to build the plan? That's the sales plan and the marketing plan, which combined give you your business development plan. If not, you will need to budget the cost of someone to build the plan for you, as well as every plan needs to be tweaked over time, so you need to allow the cost of ongoing consulting. Okay, so who you target is the beginning of most sales cycles, so you will need to budget for buying and sorting prospect data. Not a big cost, but it's critical. If you don't get that right, you will pay for it later on. Next, you need somewhere to capture the data and to grow the market intelligence. Now that means you need a CRM. There's many to choose from, but again, none of them are free, so there is a cost associated. So the next question is, do you allow each salesperson to run his or her data storage strategy, or do you centralize that function? If you decide to centralize it, you therefore need someone to do that. Please, I beg you, centralize the function is by far the best way to go. Once you've done all that, you need to fund building the sales support material. That's things like both the paper copies and electronic. Anything from white papers through to opinion pieces, through to brochures, anything like that needs to be sent out, you need to fund and have those built professionally. You'll probably also need a digital strategy to speak to your customers. And remember, so much today is about the nurturing process. Now that you've done all that, you need to employ some people. So you have advertising costs, you have the resource drain and interviewing and induction, and now we need someone to control the troops. We need a sales manager and the cost of doing that. So I've listed 9 costs out of what we anticipated, somewhere around 165 costs that we build if we do a fully resourced plan. So where to from here? If you want to grow, you need funding, you need commitment, you need to be aligned. If you'd like to get some more advice around that, we can offer a first assessment for no charge. If you'd like some more information, go to our website and leave your details at Contact Us, or alternatively, email us at info@revenuegrowthgroup.com.au. Thank you very much and enjoy your day.